My name's Laura Vane. I'm from Laura Vane The Vipertones, and I'm here to tell you today about our brand new album, BodyQuake. BodyQuake is our third album. First of all, we had Laura Vane and the Vipertones #1, and then we had Sugar Fix, which was #2, and now we have arrived at #3, which is BodyQuake. We first met in 2008. Phil Martin and Tom van der Kolk got in touch with me and said, would I like to come over and do some writing? So we arranged a gig, a couple of gigs I think, and we spent a couple of days in the studio writing, and we released our first album in 2009, and we haven't stopped writing together since. So it's been the beginning was great of our journey into our third album, which is where we're at today. So far we have released 3 albums and 3 EPs, and we've had nearly 10 singles, and we've also appeared on various compilations throughout Europe. So we've been seeing a lot of success with our releases, and we're very pleased with that. We've performed live on television and radio shows in the Netherlands, and we've also performed live on a radio show in the UK. In the Netherlands, we've been predominantly working with Radio 2 and Radio 6, and we've also been on the Heel Balen show on 3FM. And in the UK, we've been on Radio 2 and Radio 6, BBC Radio 2 and Radio 6, and we've been having a great time. So far, we've seen our music reach all kinds of pockets of people around the globe, and one of the surprising ones was the b-boy scene. That was great, and that's still continuing even now, and it's quite hot in Japan. And also we were really delighted in the last Christmas to be connecting with a Polish crowd through Walt Disney, which was brilliant, very exciting times for us. They took one of our songs and made it their own and did it all in Polish, so we're really pleased with that. We've also had the good fortune to have one of our songs made a jingle for a radio station, and we've heard Good Morning played many times in Holland and the Netherlands. Our music has typically been described in the past as soul, funk, jazz, I guess. And now we have moved on from that sound slightly in the third album. We've taken the big decision to come down from a 9-piece band to a 5-piece, and there's less presence of the horns on our new album on BodyQuake. It's more of a rougher sound, so it's not so much of a soul, jazz, funk kind of a project anymore. It's more of a rocky, glam pop kind of edge to it, but still with very catchy songs. But again, not so much driven by the horns as before. We're asked quite often about our new sound, and I think the best way to describe it is to say that we are still essentially a funk and soul project, but we've started to take on more influences like rock and blues and glam sort of sounds. So there may be less horns on the album, but there's also a lot of synth, bass and more rock guitar. So it's really just a really clear progression from our second album, but with a bit more of a harder edge with some harder sounds in it. With BodyQuake, we decided that we wanted to reach out a bit more and try some other producers and other songwriters, and this time we got a producer-writer called Hint involved in creating some of the beats from the beginning, so that we worked from those initially as ideas for some of the album. And we also worked with other producers on certain tracks, and we worked with another writer on one of the tracks too. And we have a guest vocalist on this album, so it's quite different from the previous albums in terms of how it came together. We've been listening to a lot of different types of music when we started writing this album. Music like glam rock and blues and some hip hop, and we're always listening to funk and soul music, so I guess they've come through in our new album. We've already done a handful of shows with BodyQuake. The feedback we're getting has been fantastic, and I think we all really just want to keep this momentum. We're going to carry on performing to as many crowds as possible, and I think for us we really feel that this album, it being our third album, and sounding so strong, that we really want it to be as big as it can be and perform it as much as we can. So if we don't have a gig near you, just get in touch and book us. Over the past 6 years, we've built up some fan bases in all different countries. So I guess what we'd really like from the future is to continue with our plans to tour in those countries and see some friendly faces again, and keep that connection going with the crowd, like in places like Spain and in Bulgaria. We'd really like to do a lot more in France, and we'd like to keep on with the Netherlands and Germany and build up more of a presence in the UK. So we've got a lot of work to do. We're very keen to go touring in those areas again. If you want to get in touch with us or check out what we're doing or keep up to date with us, you can always go to our website at www.lauravaneandthevipertones.com. You can find out everything about us there. We also have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, an Instagram page, and we send out regular newsletters from our website, so do come and sign up for that. If you want to find out more about our music and buy it, you can also find us on iTunes, at Amazon, or you can get us on Beatport, or you can go to Unique Records, which is our label. They're based in Germany, and you can find them online. If you can't find our records, let us know. If you can't find one of our records, we'd like to know why that is. Yeah, check us out.